and it's quite clear that Raina is not on the same page as Christy, Bree, Ken, and Little Miss Chip Chip. Because
oh hell, I only know about half of those people she just said. Oh Lord, she's gonna tell us though. Yo, this is Wellsies. She's rad. Give her a subscribe. She's pinned down in the description. She's on all the things. Subscribe to her on YouTube. All right, let's see what she's got to say.
I am sure they wouldn't be too happy to hear her blabbing on and on about how bad she felt about Nick. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Danielle. Please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and
Yo, it's Danielle, y'all.
Hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. Sorry I've been a little MIA lately. I've been working on a really in-depth video that's taking a lot longer than I expected, but I will have that up very soon, so stay tuned. You will not want to miss it. Anyway,
I'm gonna stay tuned.
A few days ago,
because I don't want this.
How dare you? From the time that I'm filming this, a YouTuber by the name of Sir Morbid was on a live panel with a bunch of other YouTubers.
Oh, yeah.
And they were discussing Ken. Basically, they were saying that Gypsy.
Did she put the sound? Oh Lord.
Gypsy and her friend.
I mean, yeah, I saw that she put out one. That's probably maybe tomorrow because it was like a 40-minute one.
Bree, you know,
I'll probably watch that one.
You know, the one that's like her little attack dog that she sends to attack other creators on TikTok, and the one she sends to copyright strike people's videos. Well, Sir Morbid was saying that Ken was being manipulated and emasculated by Gypsy and Bree, and how basically he's really not allowed to talk or have an opinion of his own because Gypsy and Bree pretty much control everything, and Christy as well, allegedly. And then he starts talking about how Ken must not respect his own mom because he didn't have his own mom at the baby shower.
Look, Ken, I'm going to tell you, bro, you're not that bright. And,
but I don't think he's that dumb to do that.
No, he is. He is for sure. So,
oh, hell.
He's trapped, dude. He's fucked. His life is over.
Trucked.
And somebody that doesn't respect their own mom, because the mom never comes around anymore. The mom wasn't even at any of these celebrations, big celebrity celebrations, not celebrities, celebrations like the gender reveal. Raina was nowhere in sight because
his family isn't allowed.
Like your mom. Let's be honest.
Well, shockingly, Raina, who is Ken's mom, dropped.
I know who Raina is now.
A comment in the chat, and Sir Morbid was like, "Is this Raina?"
And I don't think.
Oh hell, she was in the chat making it Raina. Man, even when I'm tired, y'all, I bring the heat when it comes to these jokes. Come on, you better hit the follow button now. Subscribe, do all them things.
For me,
Gypsy gives a shit either way about his mom.
A what?
I don't think she's that significant in his life. Is that Raina? Is that
Well, sure enough, it was Raina who was commenting, and she ended up hopping on Sir Morbid's live stream and joining the panel. And honestly,
oh hell, this sounds like a great idea.
Honestly, I have to give her a lot of credit for this because she just seemed really genuine in the way she was speaking. I give her major props for putting herself in that position and speaking so openly. So she started off by talking about how she doesn't have TikTok anymore and she deleted it because she just found that it was a really negative space for her. But she made it clear that although she had
just update your algorithm. You got to get yourself on the mini pig side of TikTok. Hey, if you're having a bad day or you're like, man, this is, TikTok drive me crazy. Just type in mini pig and watch those things eat strawberries or watermelon or like ice cubes. Y'all, it's going to turn everything around for you.
Has disappeared from TikTok. She has not disappeared from her son's life, nor will she be disappearing from her grandchild's life. She says she's still very much present and involved despite the online drama.
I take it really personal when I'm accused of things I am not doing, and that's chasing clout or making money when it pertains to my
You're not doing that.
You're not interested in making money?
We would have called you out.
You don't go to work?
For that long time.
Got to live. And damn, everything's expensive as hell.
And that's not happening.
So I backed off and I deleted TikTok.
Tammy, thank you.
I didn't really like TikTok. It was just a very negative app, so I deleted it.
Yeah, it
But
sucks.
no, I haven't disappeared out of my son's life, and definitely not my future grandchild.
So
I
Raina,
How is Ken? How's Ken doing?
yeah. So what's the
I guess
dynamic between you?
yeah.
I mean, Ken reports he's doing great, and
Okay.
he's working. He reports he doesn't really like his job, but hey, I worked a job for almost 5 years. I didn't like it. Happens sometimes.
She also explained
Oh, hell.
why she wasn't at the gender reveal party. Apparently, she says that she had just started a new job and a gender reveal party is not a good enough reason for her to be asking for time off so soon.
I had just
Oh, hell.
started a new job, literally not even 2 weeks before the gender reveal.
Okay.
And you can't just come at a new job saying, sorry, gotta get, if it were the birth of the baby, I would have said that upon getting the offer letter. But a gender reveal is not a solid enough reason to go take off time from a brand
That's right. Thank you.
new job. But I'll be there for the birth, of course.
When Raina was asked if she could describe her relationship with her son Ken, it was evident that she's incredibly protective of him and wants to stand up for her son. But I don't think she got the reaction from the panel that she was expecting. It seems like she was expecting a more hostile reaction, and once she realized that they weren't going to attack her in any way, she started to loosen up quite a bit.
I love Ken. I mean, I think in so many ways he's a great guy.
Mm-hmm.
I realize I'm in a room full of people who do not like him or his decisions. But I mean,
I like Ken.
It's not that people don't like him. It's just they criticize things about him and decisions, because we don't personally dislike any of these people, y'all. We don't know these people, but we can dislike what they did, and we cannot agree with the things that they do, and we can say, hey, that wasn't smart. I don't like that you did that. I guess some people know him, and you can not like him if you know him, I guess. Or I guess you can do whatever you want because you're a grown-ass person. I don't know what I'm saying anymore, so I'm just going to hit play.
So
We kind
I
of like
think
Ken.
Ken is great. I mean, do we make stupid decisions sometimes? Of course. But unlike so many people in the room, I don't hate Gypsy. I've met her. I talked to her. I think, so
Oh, hell. It's the mother-in-law. It's a lot of people that would have planned what happened to Dee Dee to a mother-in-law first, not the bio mom.
I'm entering, I think it's been referred to as the lion's den.
Oh.
Oh, hell, see that.
And
I
so,
mean, kind of, but not really. We're all adults. We can
And we like to hear everybody's
just have
perspective.
a discussion, and that's why Ken felt very comfortable speaking here. And I think he'll, in the future feel that way too. But, we're more interested in your story of how you feel and where you're coming from, because everybody has a story and we want to know yours.
Then she started talking about Gypsy and how she came to learn who Gypsy was. And she explains how at first, when she learned about Gypsy's story, she felt a lot of empathy for her. But as she started to learn more, she realized that things aren't so black and white. And I just have to say, I am so glad at least some people in this situation are starting to wake up. But she says despite the complexity of the situation, she is trying to stay positive and keep an open mind.
I'm like Ken. I met Gypsy from the documentary on HBO, and I had a lot of sympathy,
Sure.
Mhm.
Mommy dearest.
Right.
Oh, hell. Hammy, thank you. Hammy the squirrel. Man, you going crazy tonight. Oh, we might even hit the dolphins. Thank you. By the way, TikTok, hit the follow button if you're new here. Keep tapping the screen like crazy. Hit me with some dolphin action. Come over to YouTube if you want to watch the video, and just come over anyways, because you can watch all of the past live streams, and you can see this one if you just came in the middle and you're like, what the hell is going on? Who's talking? Who are these creators? Who are these people? It's all on YouTube. It's pinned in the description, y'all. The Mystery Project on YouTube. Y'all, boom. Come on over. We're getting real close to 19,000 subscribers on the YouTube channel too, which is awesome because we only started it just a little, like 3 months ago, y'all? Are you on YouTube live now? Yes, we're live on YouTube, TikTok, Rumble, X. We're live on everything right now. So come on over. Come on over. Come on over, baby. All right, let's keep going. This is getting absurd. But yeah, let's get to 19,000 on this live stream, y'all. We need 167 people. Let's go. Come on, y'all.
And
Mommy
a lot of
getting-
people
mommy
have
getting
had sympathy for her because of that. Yeah.
And now I feel, I mean, I still feel the same way. I mean, I've definitely seen other things
Wait, I do have one of those,
since then that have made me go, wow, it's not.
but I've never used it. It's just anytime there's this new social media, I'm like, I better get it and save the usernames because I don't want to be like, you know, the haunted side 1 or like the haunted side a fish, you know, drives me nuts. So I do have one. I've just never posted anything.
It's not
But go follow it. You know.
as black and white as you.
Oh shit! Depending on how things go, who knows? I might have to get a little something going. Oh, that's so stupid. Let's keep going.
You thought it was.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, Hammy, you came on over here too. Hammy, thank you for the super sticker. Let's go. Yo, YouTube coming in hot tonight. They're hitting goals left and right. Left, right, center. Let's go.
At the same time, I lived my life with.
Oh, Gracie, eventually, yeah. I've been on Paranormal Caught on Camera so many times that they should give me a verified badge, but we'll see. I don't know. Heather, right? Agatha's got new stuff. We might have to check that out too.
A very strategic positivity. I try to. I force myself sometimes to.
Good for you. Yeah.
That's hard. Yeah.
And you guys, this next part absolutely shocked me. Raina brought up Nick Godejohn. I was so shocked.
Oh, hell.
Let me tell you, I was not expecting that at all. And it's quite clear that Raina is not on the same page as Christy, Bree, Kent, and Lil Miss Chip Chip, because I am sure they wouldn't be too happy to hear her blabbing on and on about how bad she felt about Nick. But I can't say I'm not happy to see that she has her own perspective and she's not afraid to voice it.
So the only way I can say it is as much sympathy as I have the same sympathy for Nick Godejohn as I do Gypsy.
Yeah.
I feel both of them made very terrible mistakes that day. I would love to be a part of getting Nick a fair trial. I feel very much that Nick was.
That's really great to hear, actually.
That's yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, I feel
these
so
are
sorry
your
for-
thoughts and your feelings, which we respect.
100%.
Make you imagine if her son hears that and he's like, man, you think you're coming to the birth now? Hell no.
Emotional damage.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and he supposedly saved her life from this life.
I have told that to my son.
Okay.
I mean, in a lot of ways was Gypsy's hero. I saw the Oxygen interview, and when he made that comment, my mission was to get rid of her tormentor or something, and he said mission accomplished.
What?
I accomplished that mission or
Right.
something of that effect. It just broke my heart
Yeah.
for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and this was a process that wasn't over a month or two. It was 2
No.
years. that
Exactly.
He was. Mhm.
And he loved that girl, and probably
yes.
Jen, thank you. Thanks for the heartbeat. Jana, thanks for the love puffs. Y'all, we got some dolphin action too. About 30 of them left.
still does.
If you've ever seen his interrogation, all he's worried about is her.
I know.
Then Morbid asked Raina how she would describe her relationship with Lil Miss Chip Chip. And I would take her answer with the teeniest pinch of salt, because given Gypsy's track record, we all know that she has to be very careful about what she says. Because if you don't fall in line with exactly what Gypsy wants, you're out. Honestly, I wouldn't be shocked if Gypsy is pissed that Raina did this interview and she received a very angry phone call afterwards. In fact, she starts receiving texts and calls throughout this interview, and I bet my bottom dollar we know exactly who that was. And maybe Raina's just a bit naive right now, but I doubt it. She just better hope she doesn't end up on Gypsy's bad side, because we all know it won't be pretty. Here's what she had to say about their relationship.
Gypsy is a sweetheart. I mean, she has always been very respectful and kind to me. And so
of course, though, she knows she has to be.
Yeah.
I mean, true, but I mean, even when her and Ken broke up, she was still very sweet and kind to me. So
While
I mean,
she
you're
was in
right.
prison, you mean, Raina?
Yes.
Okay. And,
Well,
and
even when she got out initially, before she and Ken
did she
got,
reach out to you?
she did.
Okay.
I tried to be. I think even if Gypsy will tell you, there's been times I get on her rear end too.
Well, good for you.
Then Raina was asked about what she thought about her son entering a relationship with Gypsy while she was still married. And she says something that I find quite odd. She says that the breakup was mutual. And from what we know, Gypsy's been all over the internet crying about how she was so heartbroken when Ken broke up with her and how she didn't want the breakup at all.
Well, what do you think about your son entering this relationship while she's married?
I was very against it in the beginning.
Yeah.
I scolded him. I warned him not to.
The first time Ken walked away, were you almost relieved that this was going to be in the past?
I mean, no, not really. I wasn't upset with it in the beginning because I guess there was the, I don't know, she was still behind, she was still in, I wasn't upset.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when he
Amy,
walked
thank
away,
you.
he really battled with that because he didn't want to hurt her. And
As a mother, what was he battling with, if you could even describe that? What was he battling with during that time where he broke up with her, and then as a mom, if he shared with you?
Mutual. It was in the very beginning. It was my understanding it was mutual. This is right after I.
No hell. Wait, thanks for the $2 super sticker. You're so sweet. And y'all, I updated the Facebook group. So now it's facebook.com/groups/the mystery project. So y'all, thehauntedside.com, you can find the link to it, or just go to facebook.com/groups/the mystery project. Let's get 100 members tonight, y'all. We're almost at 20 already. Crazy as hell.
That Gypsy.
Oh, and you guys want to see videos? Post them in there. That'd be real easy. Just post them in there. TikToks, YouTubes, Facebooks, all the videos you want to see. Post them in there. I like that.
And I had told her,
now I have to get on Facebook again. Thanks, y'all.
Whatever you do, don't get married while you're in prison. And I told her when I met her, that I would talk to her woman to woman.
And when you say you met her,
oh hell,
did you go to the correctional facility in Chillicothe?
I did. I did.
You did.
With
Okay.
your son or by yourself?
By myself.
Okay.
I have daughters that live in the area, and I went up there to visit, and I did. I made a special day of it to go meet Gypsy.
And it was a good meeting, I would assume.
Yes, it was wonderful. She is, y'all. She is a very, I mean, at least, of course, yes, it could be a pit on, but she's always been very sweet to me.
Yeah.
Then Raina delved into why Ken initially wanted to write Gypsy when she was still in prison. And this is something I have always been curious about too, and find really, really odd. She also addresses the rumors about Ken being gay and mentions how she's always wanted a gay son. And
what?
Honestly, it was kind of hilarious.
Ashley, thanks for the follow.
You know, he and I watched the documentary around the same time. He did mention that he wanted to write her.
Do you know what the reason was for him wanting to write her?
It was not romantic. It was more I mean, at least the way it was presented to me. Now, I've had friends say, well, what male prisoner did he write out to? And I was like, well.
Wait, is Ken gay? I mean.
Oh, hell.
Yeah. Sorry, no. I wish.
You wish it was gay, Raina? My mom wishes I was gay too.
Dude, I always wanted a gay son.
You wanted a gay son? Well, you got one because the guy loves cowboy bears. No, I'm kidding.
I wanted to be that like pride mom that was so, marching.
You wanted to wave a pride flag and shit?
Yes.
Good God. Good
You're awesome,
Lord.
Rain. I like that about you.
That's pretty cool.
Raina was asked again about Gypsy and what it is that she loves about her. And we start to get a clearer picture of their relationship and the fact that they only met in person once, which is very surprising. And then we learn that Raina was actually the one who encouraged the breakup.
Let me just say, I noticed when Gypsy would talk about you, she would be like, "Oh, Ken's mom loves me. She loves me," but she never said she loved you back. That always bothered me, and that's just my stupid comment.
Do you love Gypsy? Raina?
I do. I mean,
What do you love about her?
I mean, she's just always been super kind and respectful towards me.
How many times have you met Gypsy in person?
I've only met her in person
Oh hell!
once.
Okay.
And
That's difficult too.
talked to her on the phone many
Met her
times.
once.
Mhm.
Even after she and Ken had broken up, I encouraged the breakup while in prison. She called me before she married Ryan.
Can you explain the breakup? Because there's confusion. Was there another woman involved, or
No,
what happened there?
when the initial breakup itself happened, no, it was more about. It was soon after the Dr. Phil episode where she was, interviewed by Dr. Phil, and I'm a huge Dr. Phil fan. Typical.
You're not alone.
And and I was saying along the same lines that you guys don't, outside of friendship, you need to keep it separate. And when the talk of marriage came, it wasn't that I was against the marriage. I was against the marriage while in prison. I felt too that Gypsy needed to get out and experience her life. I still feel that Gypsy needs to experience her life.
Sure.
I feel, look, no grandma in the world is going to say, I wish a grandbaby wasn't coming. I have 11 grandchildren, and this will make my dozen. This will make my 12th grandchild.
God bless you. Congratulations.
You what?
I'm very blessed. Very, very blessed. And so, of course, I'm happy about
Desiree, thank you.
a grandbaby coming. Was it too soon? Absolutely. Did I warn against anything? Absolutely. I'm a sensible person, but here we are. What am I going to do?
When Morbid asked Raina if Ken has shown any regret or hesitation about his life decisions lately, she said that any opinions that she would be able to offer would be just that, just her opinion. She says that just like anyone else, there are moments where you question your decisions and then other moments where you stand strong in them. But at the end of the day, she says that Ken hasn't expressed anything else but his love for Gypsy and him wanting to be there for her.
I'm pretty close with all my children.
Oh, 17, thank you. Pleasure. Long time no see. Thank you.
I have 5. After Ken's dad
Do you
and
talk to him often, or
oh yeah, I talk to him at least once a week, if not more.
has he been hesitating on his life decisions? If you could even speak to that. Are
That
you
would be
afraid of it.
It would just be an opinion. I think we all have moments of questioning our decision, but then there's other moments we stand solid. So anything I would have to say about that would just be based on my own personal opinion. He has not voiced to me anything other than he loves Gypsy. He wants to be there for her. He's voiced to me, we've all seen the mistakes, but he wants to be there for her. I mean, for better, for worse. I mean, I know that's
Sure.
marriage,
I got that from him.
but he understands, I think, kind of like I do, that there are mistakes that she's going to make.
Like what?
Well,
Like what kind of mistakes?
having experienced a normal life
Mhm.
and just being so confined outside of anything which y'all believe, what I believe, just being confined in life, not going to school, not, really having a social life for so many of her years, that she's got to learn these things now.
Well,
And
she's, I
the-
guess, but she's not really out making friends or anything.
I mean, I think she's trying.
I mean, I'm not trying to like bash on her right now, but it's just a fact that she has like some pretty serious mental health stuff she probably is dealing with. And
Sure.
so
Then the subject
Right.
of social media
Katie,
came
thank
up,
you.
which I know is a big concern for many of us. Reina was confronted and asked if she cares or is worried that Gypsy might be exploiting this baby for financial gain or online attention. Then the topic of Gypsy's manipulation came up, and I'm so glad they brought this up. They brought up the fact that throughout her life, she has had a history of manipulating people, men especially, and they asked her, how does she
Right.
feel that she might be doing the same to her son? Does she feel any type of way about Gypsy perhaps manipulating Ken? The panel shared with Reina that they feel Gypsy trapped Ken with this pregnancy.
And I think the social media thing is a horrible idea.
I mean, I kind of agree. And like I said, I've crawled her behind a couple times, and she knows I'll crawl her behind again if one
But
thing.
she thinks this is her job.
Whoa.
Like, and is the baby next for content? Because she's already using her pregnancy for content.
Well, I have 3 daughters, and all 3 of them posted and made videos and stuff.
They don't have 10 million followers and have those followers hate them.
I mean, that's true.
They also didn't murder their mom because you're here.
I mean, you're correct, Nina.
Damn, Nina hit him with it. They're also didn't the mom because you're here. Shout out to Nina. Is she in here? She's usually in the chat sometimes. Nina hit him with the fire right there. Y'all, by the way, TikTok, hit the follow button if you're new here. Consider subscribing. Help support the show. Help me go live every night. Same thing on YouTube, y'all. Hit that little join the channel thing, wherever it is. Let's keep going.
I can't defend Gypsy from 9 years ago. I don't have a defense for that. I don't think
Well, even if we take the crime away from it, like back to Nick a little bit and the manipulation that went on there, right? To me, that's a pattern of behavior with her. And I think she did it to Ryan as well.
And she's doing it again to Ken.
And she's doing it to Ken, in my opinion.
That's my opinion too.
Oh wow.
I mean,
Your opinion.
I kind of feel bad for him. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I actually feel terrible for your son. I spoke to him a few times privately. We had conversations that lasted an hour or so on the phone. And I felt bad. I felt like he was trapped. This is just me, kind of shooting the shit here, Reina. And I feel like he does have love for Gypsy. He feels, I don't know, there's something there that he feels he needs to fulfill in a sense, but there's a trap sort of aspect from it. And that's where I feel bad for him. But then I don't, because he's an adult. He's not like he's some child, right?
Yep.
Not like my sons are 18 and 16. So, that's a totally different sort of thing.
Right.
To speaking to a 30-some-year-old. I don't know how old your son is, but in the 30s. So but I feel for him because I feel like he's very inexperienced in life. I sense that from just being experienced in life. Just from man to man, I just kind of like, wow, I think he's really trapped in this situation and he doesn't have a way out. I mean, I don't know. That's just from an outsider's point of view.
Oh, hell. Sip the tea. Thank you.
I'm not trying to put your son out there, but I'm just saying that's what I got from him. That's my initial sort of reaction. I've spoke to him several times, 3 times, I would say, for long hours. And that was my kind of conversation with him. Not that he hates his wife or the person that he's with, Gypsy, but
Married.
he wants to impress them. But
I don't think it's just him he's having to deal with. I mean, Christy is like a package deal.
Now, you guys, this next part is so funny because you remember Bree, Gypsy's attack dog? Well, she was on TikTok crying about how Gypsy's baby name got leaked, and she was so upset because Gypsy, this poor girl, all she has left for herself is the middle name. Well, Reina leaks the middle name, and you just know Gypsy and Bree are probably fuming about this, and I
hell,
love it.
are you close to your son, Reina?
Well, let
or
me say
are you
this.
kind of
The child is being named after me. So
Really?
yes,
Reina is the name?
one of the names. Her
Oh,
it's
middle name?
Middle
it's the bullshit middle name, but still, I'll take it.
Okay, well that's
Do
cool.
you-
So okay.
Do
Is
you
it-
think that this child will have any form of a normal life?
You know, I know as far as I am concerned, and my son is concerned, that and Gypsy is concerned, that is what we will strive for. You know,
Well, Reina, you gotta
Realistically, you know that's not going to happen.
you have to accept reality that this
Yeah, that's
Especially if she's putting the child on social
happen.
media.
Yeah, are you
but we're
kidding
going to do the
me?
best we can with what we have.
but it's not.
I hope
under
she
your
doesn't
control.
put.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna keep saying this. I really hope she doesn't put that child on social media.
I think it's inevitable. I think it's just going to happen.
I mean, I
Well,
have
of
to be
course it's
honest.
gonna
There
happen.
is no doubt in my mind that Gypsy is going to be exploiting that baby all over the internet, selling baby pictures to the tabloids. But the thing is, she's already posting her baby. Even if it is just ultrasound photos, you really think she's going to be posting the whole journey, posting ultrasound photos, posting herself with fruit next to her belly, and then once the baby comes, she's going to keep it a secret? Please give me a break. Not to mention,
Please.
her content is boring as hell. So I'm sure once the baby comes, she's gonna spice things up by posting baby related content, exploiting the shit out of this baby all over social media.
Oh
At
hell.
this point, Raina was asked how she feels about the Blanchard family, and it's clear that she's trying to keep a positive attitude. I mean, what can you really do? She's f***ed at this point. But it's nice to see that she's trying to stay positive given the circumstances, but here's what she had to say.
Hey, Raina, how do you feel about
Thanks for the donut. Sip the tea, coming in hot.
all of this that's surrounding your son? I mean, what's going through your mind? Like, how do you feel about all of this?
You know, like I said, I will force myself to keep it positive. They've gotten so much hate that I scroll past. I don't really.
Do the Blanchards contact you, like Christy or Rod? Or...
I speak with Christy. She's very nice to me. I've never given her a reason to not be. You know, my kids will tell you, anyone who knows me will tell you, I try to be a positive force in life. I don't really talk smack. I'm very non-judgmental.
Then Morbid asks her a question I have been dying to know. He asks if she's concerned about her son being with a convicted murderer and how she feels about all of this. If she's worried, can she sleep at night? Is Ken sleeping with one eye open? He doesn't ask that, but I want to know. And this is what she had
I want to know.
to say about Gypsy.
Raina, can I ask you, as a mother, do you fear for your son in a sense because he's with a convicted murderer of her own mother?
Good question.
Like, does that cross your mind? Is it a nightmare that you relive sometimes, honestly, or it's okay because you trust her? What are your thoughts?
It's so complicated. I'd be a fool not to have concerns.
I was about to say, so that's definitely yes, I'm concerned.
Mm-hmm. But again, I force myself to keep it positive.
Right. You can't let your mind go there, is what you're trying
Are there
to say.
some nights that you struggle, Raina?
Yes and no. Like I said, y'all have not had the privilege of meeting or talking to Gypsy like I have. And
What
not
kind
that
of comfort do you get from Gypsy when you speak with her in person? Because we don't know how that's like, but we can only imagine.
Oh, I can imagine.
Can you walk us through that?
I bet it's all rainbow and sunshine.
No, not at all.
Oh,
Walk us through that, Raina.
She absolutely lives with her mistake daily, and she is tormented in a lot of ways by it. She doesn't put that out because there's so many digs. She doesn't want to
yeah,
show that weakness, but she is, you know, she is very tormented by that mistake. And I have told her that
mistake, man, it drives me crazy when people call that a mistake.
And how do you feel this? What does she say to you to ensure that she is tormented by this mistake?
A mistake is watching the first couple episodes of Love is Blind and then getting sucked into it for the next like 3 weeks of your life. That's a mistake. Not planning and then carrying out of somebody, especially your own mom.
She has told me of her dreams of
Can you share with us what those dreams are like?
Just dreams of her mother, and how if she could go back in time, she would change it, and how she wishes she was more mature.
Well, this isn't N64. You can't just hit the reset button. You don't get to put your game genie in your Super Nintendo.
Like a normal 23-year-old would have been at that age, you know, at that time, that she did not understand the true consequences, the true definitive consequence of what death pertained. That
wait, what?
What? Oh, I thought she's gonna be like Jesus, and after 3 days, rise again.
Yeah.
What do you
But
mean by
do you
that?
do know in an interview she recently said that she called her mom the perpetrator and said that she survived, and
Michelle, thank you.
said that people want the perfect victim, but now people are upset that the perpetrator passed. Like
But-
she's villainized her mom this entire time.
Very much
including
so.
Now,
What do you mean she didn't understand what death was?
Yeah, no, I think
Yeah, that's the craziest thing I've ever heard.
what she meant by that one, and this is back years ago before she got out of prison, when she was saying she didn't fully understand, she didn't really, that she has come to learn.
Well, to me, that sounds like
Come
she
to
just
learn
got
what?
caught.
That death is final and
Yeah, I think she
gruesome?
thought she was never going to get caught. That's just
Yeah.
Yes.
I just got to work that out in my brain. Can you explain to me how you're telling me she didn't know that what death was? What murder was?
Yeah, it was 2.5 years of grooming, at least. And thinking
I
about
don't
it.
understand how she can say she doesn't understand it.
So, Raina, is that what something Gypsy told you, or is that what you surmise from what you've
That's what
heard?
I surmised. Gypsy's words to me were more like, if I could go back in time, I would change what I've done. If I could go back in time, I wish I knew then what I know now.
What, that she was going to get caught?
I wish I
Yeah,
knew.
I mean, it's
I wish I would have known I
I
was going to
didn't
get caught and I
know
would
then.
have done it.
In my opinion, I feel that Raina might be being manipulated by Gypsy as well. Either that or
Dun dun dun.
she's truly naive.
He needs some milk.
Or she really is trying to maintain a positive mindset.
That's suspicious. That's weird.
Then Nina brings up the chromosome disorder, and she
Oh, hell.
asks Raina if she knows about it, first of all, and if so, how she feels knowing that her grandchild could potentially be born with this chromosome disorder.
well, how do you feel about this chromosome disorder that she has? How do you feel about your grandchild possibly having a high likelihood of having this chromosome disorder?
She's got a 50% chance. I feel like I am forcing myself to keep it positive. We've got some really strong genes in our family. And
But you'll love your daughter no matter what. Or
oh
grand-
my gosh,
Daughter,
yeah.
yeah.
I don't
Have
care
you
if she's
looked
born with
into
Michelle, thank you.
Lex Arms. She's my grandchild.
have you looked into what it is?
I have.
Okay.
Good.
So
Well, that's
you
good.
see like some of the mental health issues that she currently has stems from that as well.
Yes, and let me speak on that for just a moment.
Sure.
Sometimes I feel there's some hypocrisy going on with the whole, if that's the case, if Gypsy has some mental health issues or some issues stemming from the microdeletion, then why can't we give her somewhat of the same break that we give Nicholas?
Because she's still out here terrorizing people. This murderer is no, Raina, let's be clear. This murderer is on platforms making money off of the infamy of her mother's death. Now, if Ken had unalived you, came out of prison 8 years later, and was making money off of that,
that's one of the things that I stop my children from asking is the what if question. It does no good. It's what if.
no, that's what she's doing in the current day. So what I'm saying is if you flip the script, would that be okay? It's not a what if, because guess what? She's doing it now. So flip the script. If it was you that was in an urn and Ken was out here doing what she's doing, would that be okay to you? That's a yes or no answer.
I'd be in an urn. I really wouldn't care. Right? I'm in an urn.
Oh, hell.
When I'm in an urn. That's me.
That is crazy. Stella, welcome back. Thank you so much.
No. Do I think Gypsy's mother cares? Maybe. I don't know. I didn't meet her. But y'all asked, a question about Dee Dee, and you said, I don't think.
The answer is it would be horrible. The answer is it would not sit right. You would feel some type of way about it.
Anyone on any level should be making money off of their infamy of having their mother killed. Someone that took 2.5 years to plot some murder. And
Right. Queenie,
someone else.
Sip the tea, thank you.
She didn't even have the galls to do it herself. I don't think that that's something where someone should make money. In fact, I think Gypsy should have gotten the death penalty.
I have to say, Nina makes a solid point here.
Boom.
Gypsy is the one out here terrorizing people. She's the one profiting off this crime with documentaries, reality TV, books, social media. I mean, the list goes on and on. Yes, we can have empathy. However, that empathy starts to wane once Gypsy starts profiting off this crime and profiting off the harm she caused to her own mother. It's clear that Raina is in a really tough spot. On one hand, her son is having a baby with a demon possum, and on the other hand, she feels.
Did y'all see the picture? She said demon possum and put up the picture, y'all. Go back to TikTok. Come over to YouTube. Go back to like an hour, 59 minutes and look at the demon possum.
This natural instinct to defend and protect him, which is completely understandable. But I also think she knows exactly the type of person Gypsy is, and she has no choice right now but to go along with it in order to maintain a relationship with her son and her grandchild. She's clearly trying to keep things positive to avoid getting on Gypsy's bad side. And we all know what can happen when you're on Gypsy's bad side. You can hear exactly what I'm talking about in this next clip.
Raina is like in a position that she. What can you do, Raina? This is your son.
I'm just saying, if someone did that to my son, that just it sets the stage.
I'd be torn apart. Are you torn apart, Raina, right now? Has it been a mess for you with all of this?
It must be
like
difficult.
honestly, like how are you feeling inside? Like truthfully.
Truthfully, it's not the answer you guys want to hear. I'm keeping it positive. I'm just hoping for the best.
But how does it feel inside, deep inside?
Whoa.
Past. There's nothing I or Gypsy or Ken or anyone can do to change the past.
Does it hurt you though that your son is caught up in this, Raina?
You do know history repeats itself, though.
Raina, does it hurt that your son is caught up in this?
I mean, if I could have my way, he would not be as publicly known. That's a bad thing.
Oh hell!
But
it must hurt as a mother.
Thank you, Donna. Thank you.
To have your son go through something like this on a public stage.
And as a mother, I think that's from the beginning how I looked at Gypsy too, is from mother's side. And
I get you.
Y'all say, well, she wasn't such a bad person, but this panel is full of women. So I ask you,
yeah, but her mom's head was damn near decapitated from her body. Do you that's why I'm like, it just kind of makes you wonder, because you as a mother, if you're saying you look at it from a mother's perspective, did you also realize where her mother was stabbed? Gypsy has a tattoo identical to where her mother was stabbed. How do you feel about that?
I didn't know that. Like I said, at this point, I scroll past.
Look at that autopsy picture and look at Gypsy's back. But that's something you should.
Oh hell,
Raina, you just love your son, which makes sense to me.
Grandbaby, yeah.
And
and I'm gonna love my grandchild, and I'm gonna support him
absolutely.
as I can.
No one should blame you for that.
Of course.
Is there any part of you
Yeah, her mind was just blown, right?
that wonders if it could possibly be Ryan's?
I mean, I'm assured not, so we'll see.
Okay.
I definitely watched enough Maury Povich in my life that.
All right,
Maury Povich.
Maury Povich.
Oh hell!
I felt this was a really great, mature, and respectful conversation. I felt really empathetic towards Raina by the end of it, and I left the interview with a deeper understanding of what she might be going through. It's really sad because she wasn't asked to be put in this situation. She was put in this situation by her son, and it's clear that she has no choice but to stay positive about the whole situation. And it's clear because she just keeps repeating that over and over throughout the interview.
Right.
But I want to hear from you guys. What stood out to you in this interview, and did you leave feeling more empathy and understanding towards Raina, or do you think she's also being manipulated by Gypsy? I genuinely wish the best for her, for Ken, for the baby, but it's really hard to ignore that every single thing Gypsy touches turns to chaos.